We are at the international exercise Aurora 2026, and we are going to show you exclusive footage of Ukrainian and Swedish units preparing together. Gotland is a strategic point on the coast of the Baltic Sea. It is located 200 kilometers, 124 miles, from the Kaliningrad region. This makes it strategically important for controlling air and maritime routes. Russia's war against Ukraine has demonstrated that what becomes decisive is not distance, but the speed of force deployment, the coordination of allies, and the ability to act before a conflict escalates. We have begun the Aurora 26 exercise. More than 18,000 soldiers, pilots, sailors, and civilians are taking part in these exercises. Aurora 26 symbolizes the transition from a nation focused solely on defending its own borders to an ally committed to the collective defense of 32 nations. We no longer wait for a threat to reach our shores. We meet it at the alliance's frontier. People often ask who the enemy is. In our region, it is Russia. It is Russia's war of aggression against Ukraine that has placed us in the most dangerous security situation since the Second World War. And we are no longer rehearsing a scenario of what if. We are preparing for what already exists. Want to highlight a key element of these exercises. It is our cooperation with the armed forces of Ukraine and Ukrainian personnel. They bring invaluable, hard-earned battlefield experience from the front lines of modern drone warfare. To our Ukrainian partners, we are sincerely grateful for the lessons you share. Your expertise makes the alliance more capable and more lethal.
Our UAV operators team from the 1st Azov Corps arrived in Sweden for the multinational Aurora 2026 exercises. Our primary mission here is to pass on our invaluable experience gained in drone warfare. Our experience is the freshest possible, and our operators came to these exercises directly from front-line positions. We brought our own equipment with us, including FPV drones of various sizes. We also brought reconnaissance drones such as the DJI Matrice 4 and DJI Mavic. We brought an entire range of different systems to demonstrate the realities of modern warfare to the Swedish side. As is well known, only 3 types of drones are officially adopted by the Swedish Army. Through our capabilities, we are trying to show that it is not enough to focus on and choose only a single type. You have to be more flexible.
I operate analog-type kamikaze drones, and I also work with fiber-optic drones. Our mission is the direct engagement of enemy personnel, the destruction of their shelters, and the disruption of their logistics. Right now, there is a 7-inch kamikaze drone in the air. I am demonstrating to our Swedish colleagues how we operate and fly these systems.
The Swedes are extremely interested in FPV drones. Not only the Swedes, but virtually all foreign participants, because many countries are represented in these exercises. There are British, Danish, and American personnel here. They are very interested in GPS-denied operations. It is a highly relevant topic, and we push it heavily, because to a certain extent, their regulations restrict flights without GPS. We are trying to use their UAV systems in conditions that are as close to real combat as possible. What surprised them most was the fact that we fly without GPS, that we deal with serious communication issues, and that we can fly for as long as 20 minutes without video feed. For them, it was something completely unusual. They are not accustomed to that. They normally fly in a much calmer environment.
At one of the locations, the task was to attack an airfield. The Swedish side wanted to test the defensive capabilities of their airfield. First, we tested their electronic warfare systems under normal conditions, without a specific mission objective. Yes, right now we are flying, and we are being jammed by electronic warfare. They are jamming us very heavily. After that, we were assigned the task of relocating, pulling back, establishing a position, and conducting a raid on the airfield. Our crew hit all of our assigned targets and also destroyed the targets assigned to the second team. The airfield was unable to withstand the raid itself. Not that we captured it. Only infantry can capture and hold an airfield. But we conducted the raid and destroyed all identified targets.
At the beginning of the active phase of the exercises, Swedish units decided to demonstrate part of their combat potential on land, at sea, and in the air.
During today's David Day event, we presented our work. Our task was to strike several vehicles, simulating the way we operate in eastern Ukraine. We demonstrated to our Swedish friends a live stream showing what effective communication looks like. First, a reconnaissance drone took off and identified the target. Then, the FPV drones launched, struck one vehicle, struck the second vehicle, and the mission was successfully completed. Our Swedish colleagues were stunned by what we showed them, how the entire system is organized, how everything is integrated into a live stream, and how headquarters can monitor the work of drone crews in real time.
The concept of joint fire support turned out to be somewhat new for the Swedes. Thanks to the work of our UAV operators, we were able to combine strikes from Swedish artillery, airstrikes from an Apache helicopter squadron, and of course, attacks carried out by our FPV drone operators.
This is a major exchange of knowledge and communication, especially for our friends in Sweden, because they are not living in the same circumstances that we are in Ukraine. They absorb everything we tell them like a sponge, our advice, our recommendations, our communication methods, and it has become a very productive cooperation.
Today, Ukraine possesses unique drone employment tactics, ranging from reconnaissance missions to precision strikes against specific targets. For Swedish FPV drone operators, this is a unique opportunity to see not only theory, but also real-world cases that are actively working on the battlefield.
Operating on an island differs from operating in Ukraine. First of all, because nobody is shooting at us here. Enemy drones are not flying toward us, and artillery shells are not landing around us. In some places, the Swedish terrain is actually somewhat similar. The guys mentioned that certain regions of Sweden reminded them of our campaign near Kremina, particularly the forests of the Serebryansky forestry area. So the terrain is somewhat similar. Of course, the climate is a little different, but overall it creates no problems for us.
Ukraine's experience is extraordinarily important, and we are also very grateful to have Ukraine's support in our effort to become better. I believe Ukraine has taught us lessons in every aspect, from the will to fight, to combat operations themselves, to the integration and development of new capabilities. For us, this is both an inspiration and a source of support.
I would say that Ukrainians are far more adaptable. They are exceptionally good at dealing with challenges as they arise. Instead of acting strictly according to instructions, they are more focused on accomplishing the mission. I would say they are top-class professionals, and we have a great deal to learn from them. I want to say thank you for sending your fighters here and for sharing your experience with us.
The expectation was that they would bring a great deal of expertise from the front lines in Ukraine, expertise that we could learn from. And they absolutely did not disappoint. Over the last 2 days, we have learned a tremendous amount from them. We observed how they pilot Swedish drones, studied their tactical techniques and operational procedures, how they operate, and how they engage and destroy enemy vehicles and command posts. For the Swedish armed forces, it is extremely important that we were able to invite the armed forces of Ukraine here so that we could gain your battlefield experience, develop our own tactics and methods for employing drones and conducting drone warfare. We want to learn how to wage drone warfare against our common enemy, because we have common enemies.
David Day became the culmination of the Aurora 2026 exercise. A wide variety of weapon systems and military equipment were employed. And finally, representatives of all partner nations gathered together to share their impressions of the exercise and summarize its results.
It is precisely when we combine capabilities from different domains, from the Air Force, the Army, the Navy, cyberspace, and space, that we become a single force fighting together. That is exactly what today's demonstration was about. It is not about one capability, one platform, or one aircraft. It is about combining weapons, combining sensors, and conducting what we call a multi-domain operation. That is what delivers real strength and real deterrence. This is only the first step. We want to strengthen cooperation between Ukraine and Sweden, particularly within the framework of the Joint Expeditionary Force Partnership with Ukraine. It is critically important that we work together and train together, because it is also about interoperability. It is about knowing one another. The main message is simple. We are doing this together.
When the full-scale aggression began in 2022, many people did not expect Ukraine to endure. But Ukraine is standing strong. Our units continue to hold the line firmly and destroy the enemy. And now, the world, along with all our partners, can see the effectiveness of our units. They can see their professionalism. We are continuing to expand our combat capabilities, and we will keep expanding them further.
These were the days of the Aurora 2026 international exercises. Intense, combat-focused, and exceptionally effective for all participants.